So what we are going to be discussing today is we are still under simplify. So we are going to simplify the following, right? So what we are given, let's see, for our A, let's say we are given that you have the root of x plus root x plus root 4x minus 4 multiply by, this is going to be your root of the same thing, which is going to be, now however in this case it's x minus root 4x subtract 4, right? So this is what you are given. So now what is it that we are going to do here in solving this? Now, before we even start, I think in order for us to be able to solve this question, we need to start here to understand that, for example, this, if you are having, let's say, your root of A multiplied by your root of B, this can still be written as what? As root A multiplied by B. Nothing have changed here. And one thing that you need to also know is that your root A multiplied by your root A is still the same as your A, right? So that these are some of the things that are very key when it comes to approaching this question, right? So now let's see in terms of where can we start. So we can start here. So we can start by actually representing this. Now this it can all of this can still be represented under one roof, right? So which means actually this line can be extended under one roof. So this is actually same as your x plus root 4x subtract 4, this close bracket, and the other bracket is same as your x subtract, this is 4x subtract your 4. Now this is the other bracket. And now and I think now from here there are a lot of things that you can take into cognizance here. For example, now I think if you can see that this it is more of a representation of your difference of two squares, if you can look at this carefully, right? But if not, you can actually use the distributive method. Let me extend the page here. Let's extend our page. So you can use our distributive method here. So let me try and get another color so that I can highlight this. Now here you can start by saying, actually, now if I multiply this with this, what am I going to get? This is going to be my x squared. And then if I multiply also the first now with this one, can you see that what I'm going to get here is going to be your negative x root negative x root 4x subtract 4. This is what you are going to get. And then if you multiply this, now the first one with this one, so when you multiply that, what you're going to get plus your x into root 4x subtract 4. Extend our line, right? Now this, we were multiplying this and we are multiplying this. Now if you multiply the last ones, now can you see that when you multiply the last ones, what you are going to have, the root and this and these are going to cancel each other, right? So which means actually what you're going to have, because you're multiplying a positive and negative, you are actually going to have 4x subtract 4. This is what you're going to get. Hopefully this is still visible, right? Let's write the bracket here to show that this, and then now can you see that this is negative, this here, it's negative x, it's negative x into root of 4x subtract 4, which is almost the same thing as this, and the signs are different, right? So which means what is going to happen here is that here this is going to cancel this. this is what is going to happen, right? So, and if that cancels that, then what are you then going to have? Which means you are going to be left with the root of x squared, subtract your 4x, subtract your 4. Let's write this in brackets, right? And now to then continue now from here, then you can multiply with this negative here, this negative here. So what you are then going to get when you multiply with this negative, this is going to be your x squared, subtract your what? Your 4x, subtract. Oh, then now this is negative multiplied by negative. This is going to be 4. Remember, now we are distributing the negative within the bracket. So which means now this is what we are going to have in totality, right? And now from here, what is it then that we can also have? So what we can also have here is that now you're going to have this as, what is x squared subtract 4x plus 4? Now this can be written, actually this is same as x subtract 2 and x subtract 2, because if you're having x squared subtract 4x plus 4x, this is that. And now, and this can still be written as what? This can still be written as x subtract 2 all squared. And now can you see that these and these are going to cancel? So if those two are canceling, can you see that your answer is going to be actually x subtract 2. This is going to be a solution. Hopefully this is visible on your side. Hopefully you can see in terms of how can you attempt this question. Now let's add another page and look at another problem that we are given. Now, let's say in this one now, let's say you are given this problem. Let's say now you are given that, let's say this is, you are having a root of 2 to the power of 2025. 2025 subtracts your, remember this is still under one root, subtract your 2 to the power of 2023, right, which is our current year, right? This is, then here you are having root of 2 to the power of 2021, right? And subtract your root 3. Hopefully this is visible on your side. Now, what is it that we are going to do here? Now, we can start by, so to solve this, you can start by your root of here, 2005, right? 2025, and check in terms of what is it that we can do here. So now what we can do there under 2025 is, you can still represent this as, now remember this can be written as 2 to the power of 2 2023 plus your 2, right? Because then plus your 2 is going to be same as what? It's going to still give you your same answer. Subtract this, remember, now to solve this, what is it that you're going to do? Can you see that you are having your root of 2025 and 2025? Remember, 2025 can still be written as your 2023 plus your 2. So, and this, because this still gives you your 2025, right? So which means, what is it that we are going to do here? This is going to be your root of 2000 and 2 to the power of 2023 multiplied by your 2 to the power of 2002, because when you're multiplying these two powers, your 2023 and your 2000, your 2 to the power of 2023 multiplied by 2 to the power of 2 still gives you 2005, right? Subtract your 2 to the power of 2023. Now, what is it that you are going to get here? Then this is going to be over your 2 to the power of 2021, right? So now let's continue. So what is it that we are going to do here? So now can you see that your 2023 and your 2023, 2 to the power of 2023 and 23 are a common factor in both of these. So which means now what you can do here is you can say this is going to be 2 to the power of 2023 into bracket 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2, because that is your common factor. Subtract your 1. And then this, remember here, you're still having subtract root 3. Subtract root 3. We haven't dealt with that subtract root 3, right? And now, what is it that then you're going to do here? And here you are dividing still with the root of 2 to the power of 2021. Now, what is it that we can further do here? Can you see that your 2 to the power of 2 is going to give you 4? So actually, which means what you are going to have here, you are going to have 2 to the power of 223 into bracket your 3, because remember that your 2 to the power of 2 gave us 4. Subtract your root 3, and then this is divided by what? This is divided by 2 to the power of 2021, right? And now, what is it that we can do now from here? I think it is important to take note that actually here, let me use a different color. It is important to take note that here, remember here, it's still same as your 2 and your 2. So now what is it that we therefore can do? So, and which means now what we can do here is you can write this also under your root. So now what we are going to do now is, let me get a different color. Let me go back to my color. So now what is it that we are going to do here? This is same as, now you are going to say this is going to be same as your root of 2 to the power of 2023 multiplied by your root of 3. Remember, this is the same as within the root, right? Subtract your root 3 over, this is what? This is your root of 2, this is 2 to the power of 2021. So then now from here, you can then solve this. Sorry about that. So what you can then do is, now you can solve for that, for this here, your 2 to the power of 21. What you're going to get here, this is going to be 2 to the power of 1001, comma 5, multiplied by your root 3. Multiplied by your root 3 over, remember this is this first portion that we have of our question, divide by 2 to the power of what? Here it's 1010, comma 5 that we are having here. Subtract our root 3, right? And now, and what is it then now that we can do from here? Now, if you can punch this in terms of your calculator. Remember now you are dividing powers of the same base. You are dividing powers of the same base, so you can subtract the exponent. And when you're subtracting the exponent, what you're going to have here, you're going to be left with 2 to the power of 1 multiplied by root 3 over 1, right? Over 1, subtract your root 3, right? So what we did is we took this 2 and we subtracted both of them, right? And then this is what it gave us. It gave us 2 to the power of 1. And then now from here, what is it that we are going to have? Can you see that this is still the same as 2 root 3, subtract your root 3, How to get. And now how can you solve that? Remember here it's same as 1. So this is same as going to be 2 subtract 1 root 3, right? And when you subtract that, 2 subtract that, this is 1 root 3. And 1 root 3 still gives us our root 3. So actually this is going to be our answer. Hopefully this, will make sense to you. What we are doing is just to, uh, so now, now let's compare the left-hand side versus your right-hand side of this equation to know in terms of what we are given. Now we are starting from our left-hand side. What we are having is from our left-hand side is actually within here we are having x, but we know here it's same as 2, and here we know this is same as to the power of 1, and the second layer or the second it's a cube root, and what you are having here the last it's also same as your square root altogether. So this is what we at least know. And then from our right hand side, what is it that we know? We know that this is actually going to be same as, remember this is 12 here, and x is same as to the power of 1. And when you write this is same as x to the power of 1 over 12. This is 12. 1 over 12, right? So that's both some of the things that we know from this. So now, can you see that what we can do? We can actually change this. This is actually can be still be written as root of, remember here it's 3. This is x, remember this x, and then this one. So this is going to be 1 over 2. So these two can be written like that. Now, so then let's continue with this side of ours. So now what we are also having. Now, can you see that this can then let me highlight this. Can you see that this then can come and also be, divide this. It can come and divide this, which means here you can come and divide by 3, right? So which means actually you're going to be left with 1 root now, because this is going to be x, which is same as what is half divided by a 3. Half divided by 3 is going to give us 1 over 6. And remember here, it's same as 2 square root, right? So, and therefore, what is going to be this in totality when we move here? Now, this is still going to be same as now divide by 2 if you want to solve this, right? So, which means this is going to be x, it's 1 over 6 divided by 2. And what is x? 1 over 6 divided by 2. This is x is equals to what? This is same as x is same as 1 over your 12. And now can you see that this is the same thing as this one here? These are both the same thing, x to the power of 1 over 12, and this is x to the power of 1 over 12. So therefore, we have proven in terms of what this question required us to do, right? So now, let's look at another question that we can tackle, right? Now, they say, this one, they say for which values of x, will then, now let's start. Let's say for your a, you are given that you are having 2 over x plus 2. Plus 3. Let's write this nicely. Plus 3. Be a real number, right? And I know most of you struggle with this question, and these questions are very much straightforward, right? So now for this to be a real number, now let's start. I think it is important that we understand what are real numbers. Your real numbers are going to be what? When 2 over x plus 3 is greater or equals to 0. This is when we are going to have this as your real number, right? And now, what is it that now we can do, or what is it that now we can have? So you are going to take this denominator here to have this as your real number. So which means this is going to be when x plus your 3 is greater than 0. And which means it's going to be now your x when it's going to be your what? When your x is going to be greater than your negative 3. That's when this is going to be your real number, right? So these are some of the questions as far as this part is concerned. Thank you.